penalty kick, but they certainly deserve tonight.
Okay, non-do abo apa hunsima enkono ewo the studios of Nhyira 104.5 and yatena sena pay ya de agudie mu nsem je ofie na afede wa monene no yesin konya no pay dini nyina enso ebetimi ade abro se de dice no yebedi kan akwa monene na afa monene nsem no yetimi akwa akwa ensem a ekoso ewo aya monene enhihye leaks no empenifo ya said abe betimi complete the various leaks no ni nyina hunsem ewo ha se no pay yesin konya yet eba any other stories and so ba shane so say wo be COVID-19 honamum transfers nso emwaye teams no wan na epe wan players no wan na ebuvi akwan anope ya tena sini ekura latest ye dini nyina enso ebetimi ade aba bright be kona fa mono nsem no ye dini nyina enso etimi ade aba na me ba na se Mr Bright can bodu IST tamo enso betimi atena sina fe nsem no de akosu nyina no wetimi atoa so edini nyina ade aba the president of Ayatema Youth FC Mr Wilfred Osei Kwaku Palmer ena ewo asempa ensempi eno de akwa kotudwa no pay ye be kona fe nsem no yetimi akwa kote ni issues odi kopie mu ewo eye cars ni nyina efa kwan a eye normalization committee enso efa so eyi ni free about elections na eno so ekoso for GFA president no ehun sempi wakasa beberebe enso e dia fa sound so ena no pay ye be wura matters arising from Kumasi Asante Kotoko question so say eno ye sorry na edi tudwa say Asante Kotoko management no wo mo any supporters and leaders after banters and ekoso some couple of days ago no you say no wo mo enso etimi share eye meeting na meeting mu nsensem no ye de nyina betimi de ba na meeting ekoso no anas omowie meeting na pe na statement enso every efficacy mention enso timi ba ya eye chief of staff ewo eye mention ono na nse shakrata ase de nyina no wo mo eden sema ba nyema akoso ewo Kumasi Asante Kotoko ebi eye Kwame Bonsu content transfer to Esperance any ene abrantia friends Emmanuel Clote eka abeto ene Asante Kotoko FIFA abo mo kaso muntua $240,000 enfa ema Esperance team no ena fe FIFA enso wakakromba gidi afrim nyina no menhia ede ehun statement enso de aba no pay yebekona fe nsem no yetimi akwa akotie na ensam de doso ena yesin konya no pay de ba hya no so nra ena branch friends Mubarak wakasu wono enso de nsem betudwa se ohwepa dia ade ba kwa emwa Ghana ema efa no se enei ye kwa GBB enso ti se AFCON ye ntimi ngiro ade politics enso affect Black Stars of Ghana team no na after so ka sansem no bashing p and akon so ma branch na be retracting some okay what so no some no Kenya sana na person si chirempo so aka no aka de atia e bia party bi se NPP ne NDC a obe so obe part onye sana no person ti ekire ninsem e wo ha na onu wie ya pe branch friends Majid Waris enso ba e bia ba beto so pe be ko na onu nso ninsem no yetimi akwa kotie hya ne nso se no akotoko ene anase kotoko management ene eye womu supporters me NCC meeting e course no womu mie no e joint a statement enso to media bar emu nsem nyina wa se no pay tenase no yebetimi akwa akoti Uncle George amwakwa no ye present o meeting ase sanso ena general manager na kwasi jembibi koka na ono nso e wo meeting na se sanso ena supporters front no yenu se Christopher Demenya wono ena NCC chairman ena for the deputy na kwa me dan kwa nyina no enso etimi pay meeting na se nsem e course nyina no ya tenase ya ye di nyina enso ba nsem na de dos on pay and ya de ba hya no so say the essential ni city no obati abafo nka enso ewo phone lines ni so ye no betin ko na afide ko so bia no ye di nyina enso etimi ede atudwa encha obati Mr Bright can bodu chamo obati nka so no so de ko so bia no di nyina enso ebetimi ede abro me di Andrew so usu beti afra me anti Casillas and me kwa amon na afa amon ni nsem no me di nyina enso etimi ede abana de tene say Jacob atwusebe one LED production team na fi bia nso atimi akwa Jaria Daroma and we dey PM e Facebook live na pe wo nso banya bia hwe na wonya bi enso atimi akenkan kama na nso log on e www. and I say we no Facebook bi Facebook na no akọ Nhyira 104.5 FM e wo search engine mo wo be se feed na eda kama o like na wa hwe na fe comment no wo nso dey ato sound so na mo follow e YouTube no Nhyira TV e YouTube e ho nso ye twagu wobɛtumi monitor area phone na afi mu amusumu follow ɛwɔ Twitter no at Nhyira Sports 1 on Twitter and also Jared Daruma Okoa wobɛhu dwumadi a yɛdina no pɛ na afi wo nso atimi atie bi na wo nso atimi ahyɛ ama foforɔ wo nsa mpa the global show anɔpɛ yɛatena sɛ nsɛm nyina no yɛde ɛba sɛdeɛ bɛdika aka ne yɛbɛkɔ amanane na yɛakɔfa amanane nsɛm a ɛtwa gua nɔpɛ ne nyina no atimi ɛde abrɛ tiefo yɛwia ne abɛfie no afɛ fisɛm no yɛde ne nyina ɛnso atimi ahyɛhyɛ sabra Mr. Bright Kankamba Richabo wɔno nso ɛbɛtena sɛ nsɛm ne nyina no wɔde ɛbɛtoa so ɛnso ɛde abantino wayɛ ready I mean so yɛ ready yɛkɔ yɛtu fa ne akɔmfo kuro so akɔfa amanane nsɛm no ɛnso atimi ɛde aba yɛwia ne abɛhwɛ afisɛm a ɛno nso ɛkɔ so a ɛnya asɛm ketewa kɔ nsɛm no deɛ ɛdɔs na mmom da bia yɛbɛgu so ne akae obia sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɛyɛ safety measures a mpanimfoɔ de ato akwan mu no ɛwɔ mu sɛ yɛalifte ɛyɛ restrictions of movement no ama yɛ sɛ obia atumi kɔ baabi a wɔpɛ na mmom still COVID-19 nyadeɛ sɛ ɛna sɛ virus no ɛno nso atumi afiri system no bɛsrɛ wo enti make sure sɛ wobɛ apply ɛyɛ wo hand sanitizer so ate aseɛ wodo sanitizers no ɛbra no de afɛfa wo nsa kama ɛno akyi avoid sɛ wobɛ hage nkɔfoɔ wode wobɛkyiakyia nkɔfoɔ wode obi kasa make sure sɛ social distance no bɛtumi ayɛ adwuma ɛnɛ a yɛbie market a wode obie kɔdwom no ɛne obi nkeka ntaretare so wonnim deɛ sɛbi ɛwɔ nipa no ho Sesia yɛwɔ this time deɛ yɛ nyina make sure sɛ yɛbɛtumi abɔ yɛ nyina yɛ ho ban na bibia nso atumi akɔma sanso ɛna ɛyɛ max no make sure sɛ onso da bia o kɔ baabi a bɛtumi ayɛ ahyɛ max no bi na onso atumi ahwɛ sɛ nneɛma nyina ɛnso bɛtumi akɔnka na ɛno na meti nsɛm bi mepɛ sɛ na me sɛ chairman ba na me ne no atumi discuss nsɛm about ɔmo tonton max na especially ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ɛkwan sɛ bia wonam yɛ nim ha ya traffic light asin kɔfo gyina traffic light ma ɔmo ton bi wuduru baabi ti Anwaga Junction kɔfo gyinagyina ma ɔmoton bia ne baabi bebra ɔmoton ɛyɛ face mask ne bi mesrɛ ɛno atinyina complaints ana menya ne sɛ gyare yɛsi obi wɔn ma wɔte kama na so ɔtɔ mask ne bia wɔtumi gye tɛdɛ mi yɛ no ɔde atry sɛ ɔhyɛ ɔyɛ so wo daabi esua no ɔsa de ama nipa na ɔtɔ na sa gye foforɔ ne nti wo wodi ka de ahyɛ wo sie esua no sɛ wo yɛ carrier of the virus a sɛ wo nso de akɔma obi o tie yɛbɛsrɛ eni kwa sɛ mo amoton no odi mo obi na ɔde ahyɛ ɔsi da bi we de sa ma me foforo na ɔ da bi sɛ emra ewo mu yi sɛsi ano yɛni normal times ntie make sure sɛ enima yɛbɛyɛ still ebesi na enya de sɛ yenya ɛyɛ vaccine ana sɛ dro ebetimi dia so virus na no enema nketenkete nyina ebɛyɛ sɛ wohoro nsa under running water with a soap sɛ obetimi apply hand sanitizers papa sɛ ebia wonso no obetimi make sure sɛ social distance no ni nipa entare so bebre ni nyina no ɛyɛ nneɛma a esi ayɛ kasa yɛ no ani ade a ebetimi ayɛ sɛ de ebɛyɛ COVID-19 no ebetimi stay safe na bibia etimi akonka ho DJ ɛyɛ GFT ono de bia oba ne max no said etie ni kakraka otum se o make sure se virus no onkoti bi ejare me no ka se ono so atimi a chene de me ka se na mayi bi de ato me so bi de nie me ka se na mayi bi de ato ejare de o hwe max na GFT so be ka se ma bodies so pa ejare max no so papa on efiam so on worker eno omo max so pa hwe be ka se bodies nyasem ketu akra but ni nyina ye ekwan e be fa so betimi stay safe na yetimi make sure se COVID-19 no yebetimi abra no na ye nyina ye hwe na bibia nso atimi akonkanti no ye be stress sa ye measures nyina no wo fie wo krom na more importantly mesro se uni bibia ye important e wo krom a enye se ya lifting lockdown rules ni no wo se o me chefie e na wotwe me sentime ba krom abra wo me ye se be ya nkatena fie uni bibia ye okroma nkatena fie na ye make sure se niam betimi akonkan minim se this one too shall pass na bibia nso atimi aye kama be sia de ye nyina ye make sure se ye betimi aye ye ho aye what keepers na bibia nso atimi akwenti no eno aye se de sie te sɛ medical aka ne yakona famano ne nsɛm no ye timi ede ahye dwumedi na se wi ana afia fisama aka no ye timi ede ato so ntie twa ho aba na afia kɔ famano ne nsɛm no enso atimi ede aba still ye streaming live on Facebook Nhyira 104.5 on Facebook. When we say nipa dom and anope omo so omo monitor show no Facebook live sanso ena unsu betimi adjoin na wo so no watimi ahye kamenu achi no ewo Twitter say dem di kaka no at Nhyira Sports 1 na unsu watimi akọ follow kama na bibia atimi akọ sanso ena uko YouTuber Nhyira TV ni nyina etwa no pe unsu betimi akọ na akọ hebi tinamo sanso ena Baroski asesrewa Hayford ahendia also already free UK wo mu nyina ewo bi Goslav Etiotio wonu nso ehwebi Muhammad Tahiru ehwebi Kennedy Yelson ehwebi Menase enso ehwebi Andy Owusu we dem name pa so Cincinnati US wonu nso ehwebi Kofi Safoken enso ehwebi kama Albert Osei Ajman Charles Tweneboa omunyina egu feed ne so Dada Boat and afi Kingsley Yaw Ajay and Honorable Kingsley Morgan Arthur womunyina ewo Facebook live ne so no pay wo monitor show ye kwa mo na afi akofa mo na nsem no ede abaye basisia.
Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, I'm paying Tian Raboka live on Nhyira 104.5, your number one. Akan radio station, Power Sports, and Wasugusa Wuti, Yakona Fensamno, ya dear friend call Frocos, and so their brown opedia, Mame Anshas and Femfri Bobo Friends, P.S. Jasoye, Brantia friends and Nema Dos Santos Jr. will play at my Paris Saint-Germain team. No, na Unimsa Upim, our name, Soya, the attendants are Brantia the Ding, Eddie Rafael Da Silva, one a former player for Manchester United. One in name and the year 2012 when Enso Timiko Siakai Edema Brazil National Brothers Olympic Games Alcosono no about one team and what your Brantia friends Rafael will rum Enso Brazil National Team in Mono or Koto Brantia friends and name Bibian Sotimiko and Kayano Pay or reference Rafael Tasova who are Babo and criticizing Nema was in name and onye a dear leader in Tonoqua and what was a true babino a dear Brazilian national team coach of Peter friends Titi one on sweat the captain's handband and the Koma Brantia friends and Nema what did he say on the field the Nema a best player name him off the field and after in leadership qualities no one no Rafael dear we want to so Penya friends and Nema no one a true leader and also a good a leader on Shopi and fan free idea teams are watching up and leaders are almost one what did say Brantia this be answer the Kanwa the Biabekoye answer the man Nema and I Penya friends are Rafael Da Silva and Samoa one also the to John Paya Jemo and so the mate for Mamen to also fan free pass so the transfer branch in the day and Nasa Upium El Barcelona Soya reporter mean second year yes a COVID-19 pass the zero and Yama Anshara a movie teams in watch Romono wouldn't say Barcelona team no every year 671 million euros and a Barca team no woman so to the two players woman the two staff Komomi Ajuma our Campronia Datino and dear Sansicana Barca team no woman answer the ball every year now reporter mean Saka and it's a COVID-19 in Sansama Paisano ama enyama enso team movie in one here nyame admo next season yes Barcelona team the one here next sika no nsensem no eno so be kwa chiu kakra e de ama Barcelona team no ano reporter na Peminsaka e de every Barcelona kacha mi jemo enso de amatia for mamento os na menko penye friends Thomas Emula enten otimi extend the contract by 2 years e de ma Bayern Munich team no was on na de ma ko person ye e Bayern Munich and so no Brantia friends Thomas Muller obetime lead team on the thing and so the Bayern Munich now from a side left UEFA Champions League Nibian nan central for San Subusan Topani what na Bayern China sen wonso no as a captain samba no nko prebi and nanu Philip Lama koye nanke bianca no kwan so e wasa wona mpene for the captain samba ne de ba ye hu ye no som de akwa goalkeeper e Manu no ye na san ne ma no e na wo feeling sense to me to say Brantia friends Thomas Emula was on only intentions bia so ba kwa captain and so the Bayern Munich no so the ope any so no wobetimi adjoin the team no now fe one the teammate womatimi agin kuru adema trophies no was the captain somebody nyadia ehia wono aye Thomas Emula and I some player no wono so the atoya no paya ye jemu ade amatie for na wo ka Brantia friends Hesi Rodriguez wono so a former player for aye Real Madrid team no mamenka say Drew baby no sa Brantia friends Hesi aye Rodriguez do na feel say enka e bia Ronaldo Brantia friends Ronaldo wo free Madrid nenka Brantia friends Hesi Jesse Rodriguez one nso betimi aba be the new Ronaldo Tiama Madrid Bobo Kono enema antimi ankoye Madrid transfer di ko PM o PSG wo kwa honso ankoye wo mo de ne ko Sporting Lisbon Portugal na reporter mensaka ene se Bobo conference Sporting Lisbon wo aka tiro PSG wo mo sa Brantia France Jesse Rodriguez no ne performance na form enti after the loan deal no enya de so betimi asane no permanent into my return a branch no ese de record na kopie mo betimi France Paris Saint-Germain and mensaka edi for reference Jesse Rodriguez akacha mi jemo enso de metie for no pay na mami fantu jara pe abra ye gusa din 70 people no menka sa opinion friends young club one a coach for Liverpool he has same opinion no yere mami friends ula Sandro no one nso tina ya doye upiemo e wo ade e Manchester na se bia na se Liverpool kromo ma one nso se ne shop baako and ne se supermarket friends 8 na se din e the weight rose store yes so mami no one nso e 1,000 euro na se 1,000 pounds e dey akopiemo store and e voucher and ono so yakwa koma sa e waitress store no say ne workers no wo so batuma bra na say lockdown when so timi cause during this pandemic no na time bia no timi kiso sa manfo enso benya nnuane enso timi ato and e ade openya ne je e dey join club ne yere mami friends ula Sandro wono so timi ya no pay jemo e di amabusuafo enei sa La Liga beto so anasa intimi to so maka to so mpanifo e dey hyehe egu akam sa de league no wo betia bona fe behind closed doors na bibia nso nya kwankan ene wo kwa La Liga anywhere wo panyina wo hwese no ayo reference ha bia tebe so de atudwa wo se aba be realistic some football matches and so betia koso the whole of year 2020 na that till 2021 wo bra supporters and so intimi nkwa matches ni bi into panyina na se kwa bi so no wanya confirm the American La Liga de matches no so betia to so and ayo panyina friends ha bia tebe sen samoa wono nso de atudwa no pay na okay se enu antana me betuja se Bobo quality enso edi Juventus wom ehweso panyana de den edi Zidane enso be free Madrid no aba be the new head coach nyame adma from next season edi matime friends Juve na eno no panya friends Antonio Cassano the controversial man na pay wo de aba betuja was any consensus Bobo friends Juventus wom look it panya friends Zidane se o meje future coach en famomo wo jere so panya friends Zidane de entia Bobo friends Juve de o mutina so pamo panya de den edi Maximiliano Allegri no say an opinion friends done esia table no money na bench was and to jide say ene Juve epe coach wo be active our touchline wa enye Zidane betia say dwon emom Zidane ni suba ni bi enso te so opinion friends Maxi Allegri mo pamono enti so mo kofa Zidane e kwa mo fa so pamo Maxi Allegri no wo be san so pamo Zidane en ayo opinion friends Antonio Cassano en o de sansa no wono so dia tuta yego so edin 70 bidi to jana pedia mamenka say ne EPO no empanifo kire mai say wo mo enso the plans about bibia betimi akoya after say wo mo so timi striking agreement with UEFA empanifo no yes EPO empanifo ready mo say season no betimi awie by July 31 na for English Premier League matches no wo mo so timi finish the remaining games eno so timi akamo and demonstrate the free Premier League ni ma no pay ye dem enso the amount Power Sports jumadi ni so na me call penya friends Kaka one former player Bobo conference AC Milan and after Real Madrid Bobo in agent your friends Gaetano Paulino Penina Babontain was it 2009 Brenner Uko England Nessa Day ne Arab forum Womudi Sikabe Manchester City Bobo no was it in the Diatana Brantia Nidin Anso Adekakano Bobo conference Man City them times no wom at 100 million euros and no 88 million pounds by for Brantia friends Kaka yes Kaka decided said there be uncle we be stay our Milan no enam so e ma opinion no bibia so timi ko ye de ma no eno agent the din e Gaetano Paulino Samoa won enso de tu jana pay na enno me ka cho say di tima de din e Newcastle United won enso e hwe mo so opinion friends Steve Bruce one here won e betimi jana kwan no opinion friends Mauricio Pochettino won matimi akwa ko fana ba na no na branch friends Darren Bent so obesre Newcastle sempen for no to team na eni kwa se mo pamo coach friends Steve Bruce esanse open coach what me sticking with SR players no Newcastle mo players mo wonim the tradition of Newcastle United and no opinion friends Mauricio Pochettino into no Darren Bent there and come to Newcastle for us for wom and sticking with opinion friends Steve Bruce esanse opinion so na the right materials one so wetin ya dwuma come area ma bobo friends Newcastle Newcastle na nema enso atimi akoye eno die to John pay na West Ham United reporter Menseka ene sa Brantia Francis Sami Kadera who sem prempre de osina kan ene Juventus team no mete so panyi no ente ne contract Juventus atimi ba de we reporter Menseka ne sa de obetumi asan enso de ma West Ham United na fe Sami Kadera wono so be piemo English Premier League no eno die to John pay yet ehun sem de metiefo people to April 2013 and open friends Luis Alberto Suarez Diaz na Chelsea and Liverpool again one on Sukofin say Wokoka Brantia friends Branislav Ivanovic na the terms of Penya friends Jimmy Carragher was say idea after the game our dressing room Luis Suarez area saying in a cameras a capture what feels here Woka Brantia friends say Ivanovic one more some called dressing room one more cut day Suarez said there be one cano Suarez different than what in the was here do a Suarez Nankasa Jitum Sampa I know yeah and no sonya and I open your friends Jimmy Carragher Linsem Kakao so they are to pay ye Jim Idea for me call back to Barcelona who himself pass at Sinababa Tuja say almost airton name right of air campno na and no and the 10 opima or Penina or no a spokesperson and I saw your spokesman on the Casa Edema Boss team no one dia come across or come near one time spokesperson for clubs one time to Mecanimum or by a Kuruma said there is a BBS of all consort their spokesperson open your friends Joseph Evans opinion where the Baba to John pay was say a Barcelona woman so a campno person name right no Nina say on somebody Canada said ne episode mutimiton no more resist council man penny for no more fight against a COVID-19 na no opinion about to just said nay say Empo Madrid Bobo Kono woman so president friends Fiorentino Perez on one casaba so opese obetimi beto na Barca for January says Canada man penny for no more fight against COVID-19 Barca for ready Everton Fe stadium no their Barcelona stadium just imagine near friends Fiorentino Perez stadium and I opinion friends Joseph FS in Samoa one so dia to John pay na eno ana wo Nigeria no pay me fan to some Nigeria man panyi papa friends Muhammadu Buhari one so the personal assistant opinion your friends Bashir Ahmed yes opinion of Ronaldo ye papa me Cristiano Ronaldo na said in some to da ene adia Barca kasamafono ebeka se empo Fiorentino Perez pa Everton name right na dia man so opinion friends Bashir Ahmed one personal assistant to Nigerian president Muhammadu Buhari no was obese Cristiano Ronaldo in tantam so one koto name right of a campno nese campno no yen friend CR7 Air Stadium na bibia nso atimya koe and dear to Europe here ye jam anso dia mate for Hugh Abrantia the dear Luis Carrios one nso ye goalkeeper na Liverpool supporters no do na empedin anso atimya te mamen confirm ma won say Liverpool for the kopiem Besiktas ni London abana we am wasaba back to Liverpool na the maintenance team friends say Wolves when catch Liverpool na so many Liverpool team the crown wo agree say a loan deal open your friends say Luis Carrios one nso mapiem Wolves na bibia nso team nkoye na the tennis Wolves supporters muni ya komuti kwa pa wo say aham penifo no mu team ne say wo ntia send entia seachna na goalkeeper friends na say goalkeeper the Eddie Luis Carrios no nya goalkeeper e wo so team be that post no Eddie ma Wolves so mu team no goalkeeper mistakes nko a wokai UEFA Champions League e wo Kiev against Madrid na some mistakes p and what me ya and no to mu kirema wo free Liverpool kra esansu kopie mu e wo Besiktas no wo koya de mistakes bebrebe and wo sansu team koya nunti and a team nso kirema mo mpeno na Bobo Kra friends Wolves amani apere se emponya miadman next season mo pesa mo compete e wo Europa League mo koya mo se mo kwa pesa goalkeeper no yes supporters no wo mo se empeni for na mrabo team ka sa news no e fake no kra bia enso no nyasa wo mo so no empeni for benya bia ka eno dem second up ya ye jemo dem ati for no nwumre ene betoja se Manchester United team no wo mo ani Abrantia friends Jordan Sancho enso tinya agree personal terms Abrantia no nyamia do next season wo be join Manchester United e ma report no kwa betoja se opanyi no e dia jersey number 7 and Oba United wo betinya ba be no pay dia Dortmund empeni for dinner high story no wo mo se anya no kra enya de se bia dia potential buyer bi kra no enso tinya ba for Abrantia friends Jordan Sancho and I report am seka yete won 7 mate for yeguswad in 7 tutona depa mamincho sano pe ukopiem e Bobo friends Liverpool 2014 na se Mario Balotelli wanu so si academy Liverpool Liverpool team no na when you see Balotelli 2014 abroad joining Liverpool no you say one time be na oko training na they tell say no free hotel room and AC form na then time when the teammate friend say Joe Allen women na for the same air lift you say Abrante friend say Mario Balotelli no news say Joe Allen no crown way player one nso see akan so dem a Liverpool team no say you say Abrante friend say Mario Balotelli no who say Joe Allen no azo obi on nso ko ne baby you say no nim da say Joe Allen nso ye player we see akan enso dem Liverpool team no and the free Mario Balotelli so ya to join pay na maminko PSG kakra and pay reporter min seka yes PSG wo mun so kire ma branch friends Edison Cavani dey say dey be say no no cross up branch ne be so betnya ko na otnya ko pe different club ko siakan na ko bani sa e wo so mu jersey number 9 no wo mu pe player bi so resha no na yes PSG for C that ko na ekosia branch friends Karim Mustafa Benzema pato Madrid wo mun so number 9 no and Niger Bobo Kro friends PSG so no wo ehwe mu so mun sabetnya ka opanyina friends Karim Benzema no abe replace Edison Cavani wo ayade PSG na bibia so tnya koye eno den seka na Emmanuel Shey Adebayo ena ebeto just Adebayo edikoto ni Facebook page say no ade players awodo izika donate ska dem mo country say nei wo betimi dia fight COVID-19 won Adebayo no nyade say wo de sika bia ekopiem Togo won first sika bia enso ntimi nkona Adebayo defend no de ntia wo timi ka sansem no wo so no onye dona na asamba ko betimi ka say awraho wo say ono Adebayo no bra obepiem enso ye lomi Togo no enkofo pia je trom sanso no kra no wo free eye o my friends Paraguay eba Togo no and wo de eye coronavirus ni bi enso timi ben sanso do ro da adwene yo say wo no eye Emmanuel Adebayo abro ko sign contract e wo Paraguay wo return here to Togo no asa ono emum ena ode eye virus ni efri eye Paraguay enso be piem e wo lomi wo se no ntikura no en wo te on person be donate ska bia e dia man panifo e wo mu e wo Togo so mun fan fight COVID-19 and demonstrate kind of pay ye Jemoria Mathieu for Jean Vertonghen one a defender for Tottenham Hotspur one nso nya dropping to say nyame adma transfer window pia one nso be free eye Bobo conference at Tottenham no ko for different team enso ko saka dia momo na demonstrate kind of say next destination e be ye Spain and I say Italy ho and a brand friends Jean Vertonghen one enso be tia ko na fe we ko to on football career so and deal to join pay dem nsam no ye Mathieu for the latest team ewo EP onima wo mun so atia say ade players na tia say pay cut no wo mun so atimi ajatum Watford you see omo captain friend say Troy Deeney wo no so na convince players na say you see Watford the team no omo players na so atimi atia say a free sabere akosi season baba de we no wo mun so adom accept pay cut say da be betimi abona say team no bibia so atimi akoye enso dia mama no nsema to join pay ye jemu enso dia Mathieu for na Manchester United supporters say what Twitter no pay wo mu kirema o say yey adan opanya France Edwin van der Sar yo former goalkeeper nei wo pm Ayasa wono nso ye sporting director dem Ayas team no ye say omo kirema opanya na no ko post picture bi na say okra Manchester United jersey and what this picture no so koto eye adan Twitter handle na no any supporters ni kirema ampa he say the opanya France Edwin van der Sar wono nso benya tiase na director of football role Old Trafford no nso timeba no de nim dia beka wona afo aboa amapanya friends Oligana Solskjaer wo mu atime ledi bobo kwedin the Manchester United na say United team no enema nyina enso atime akoe eno ensema to medical care to say EPL penefond de wo mu eguso bibia say Premier League Manchester akano eno nso betime akos nemum opanya friends Gary Neville wo say ono no onshara enya convinced say nei EPL no complete season so Gary Neville they still Felisa matches no we are can penifo be cancel na omo entimi entwa so eno reporter men say ka dey for opinion den Eric Gary Neville what pamil jemu enti Mathieu for Muntie Mamadou Sakho ya former player for Liverpool me no ka say we player for Crystal Palace na odi atuja was so no team sakasia abera no se kanema Liverpool buy no was say Barca for buy Bayern Munich for buy Arsenal for team buy omo 3 teams are no are ready for no member the Sakho ni nyina no or rejected sales teams ni nyina because of any love for Liverpool no I just say Liverpool nko ro besi na kan so dem we Crystal Palace and what team akopie eno branch friends Mamadou Sakho nsem a wono enso dia to make a list of players at Madrid ebetima we chomo kan medical care just 11 players and like likely say ne marry team no o mu nso betime adwo kwa bi e wo loan e de bi nso wo team ni mu na edin a to dwa no pen yesi Gareth Bale the din at the dal first our listeners so sound so and Luka Modric onu nso di ka ho bi Marcelo onu nso di ka ho bi with other names are enu nso atnya ke no e de menselka e di free bobo conference Real Madrid so no pay me jemu enso atim e de amatifo na ma menka so pie mu e wo team ani din enso e de Arsenal ma menfa ntudwa Arsenal team ni mu ade tennis openya le David Louis wono enso de atodwa no pay na de tennis say David Louis was all no or person before so retire from air football no or person come back to air Benfica team no Portugal e sanse ho no sha se free be pie mu e wo Chelsea echo PSG back to Chelsea and they we pie e wo Arsenal was say no person ko sia kan e Benfica and sample na the football no we team e bia enso atnya ba wie no ensama openya friends David Louis one also the yet to metis Arsenal team the see players be the same penny for a nyomo kasachire almost no one at me a breaking a lockdown rules a UK now players omudi showing the same penny for no kasa one a branch friends David Louis and watching open your friends Alexander Lacazette Nicolas Pepe and after Granit Xhaka yes omo players a brand penny for so be answer them no omo say players no omo pi e ball in team penny for a question omo and dear to the encan Tottenham Hotspur no players enso ho ba se ma men fan to just apprentice for Serge Aurier ono so de men say can say ne Tottenham Hotspur Jose Mourinho asha say here for a new right back obetia replace openya for Serge Aurier sans the Miadma the be summer transfer window na Tottenham pen for be apprentice for Serge Aurier be jana kwan na o ma hwe so mun sabeka a new number 2 no atia be boa na niam akoye enso e de amatima din e de Tottenham Hotspur no ensama to the free Tottenham no pay ye jemu enso etimi edi amati for no enya sede na se no esede nsem no esi eti no pay jemu enso etimi edi amati for yem fansem nyina fancy na menka sa na pese wutie me na obomoden enso apie mu e wo True Vine Hotel and I make come for the amount no pay makatro me se ene ope dwane papa enso etimi edi no Filipadia eno True Vine Hotel na akwa wo betimi edi di kama nondu ya omaguso omo ye adwuma na de tenesa no pay ukọ na ope local food bit se fufuo ene eye nkwan bia open no unsabe ka bi banku ne tilapia banku ni okro eno achi baira ya no ena afia pem ene palava sauce ana se stew bia open no kwa True Vine Hotel obenya ode eno achi no wa open kenke ne face no ubenya bi nemum usuban ti se jare na ode na air continental se bia jollof rice ana se fried rice ene sauce bia potato ana se mashed potato ene grilled chicken upe plain rice ene tomato sauce ana se ode air french fries ene chicken ana se fish ano ajare mo life enu nso betime gibi enso etime dia filika ba no nyina no just 15 Ghana cedi per place order baby a wo bia no se bia office na se fie ye de bro 15 Ghana no nya de se ba ye beje transportation da kan nyina inclusive enu achime ka se True Vine Hotel wo AF e wo 3 conference facilities e fanipa 400 sounds no sounds e wo serene environment the attendance se bia o ye wedding reception wo ye birthday party and se bia event bia enu nso ye fanipa 2000 obetia be ye sanso big air permanent stage and what ye sanso our big air space for musical concept any other programs no obetia be True Vine Hotel e the biggest swimming pool with relaxed atmosphere me ba True Vine Hotel kira kwan e wo ahoju enhia so na se upiem e wo ahoju runabout en chope and obenya True Vine Hotel number obetia frɛ no 0205 322 331 na un set me aka True Vine penny for na se nema tinya koye e the amount bet to money back boost no and nso go smakatro say a dog race and na say be a horse race no ni nyina betia kotwana face kan wonya dodo na enso de agu boto manche na matches enso ba so log on e wo www.betweb.com.gh na bibia enso etia ko say woni 18 years wuntimi embet was bet the responsible way bet your way na ne manyina etia ko ye Kennedy digital slice ogu so e cha de na enemu omo pe television set na nebo f wo pe 32 inches at 549 Ghana unsabaka be 40 inches 899 Ghana cedis 43 inches and no 999 Ghana cedis sounds na 50 inches no 1069 Ghana cedis 1699 wukwa unsabaka be sebia wo per ceiling fan standing fan wo per quality home theaters wo per laptops air conditioners deep freezers microwaves and CCTV cameras wo per for 4 pounding machines ni na no Kennedy digital slice papa na nebo no sounds so da form kama wonso unsabaka be government workers nenso the affordability package package no wo ba ne one dey free no tiane kakra Kradum Family Plaza building first floor store number 21 and store number 22 wunsa ebeka Kennedy Samson Patasia Dom House wom eben police air depot Kennedy Junction wunsa beka opinion number betumi afre no 0244385128 wunsa beka Kennedy na bibia nso atimi akoyere nsem ni DC Mr Bright can Cambodia IST enso aye ready ensem no wodi nyina enso de bana fi no
104.5 FM at the most educative radio sports show at the Ebramo free Ejuada Ekosi Memeda na Ejuada Ekosi Fiada anopa bia ebono nsia pa husima aduana Ekosi nonso a yato ne din Premier Sports sanso ene awia yetena se biem anopa nonkono ebo pa husima aduana Ekosi awia dumienu anoso yato ne din.
All right, in 104.5 FM, yento aso ne fansam no emre. Na enra menim se dodo na no o ha no bia fro. Yesi bibi firi menhia ba, yesi bibi firi menhia ba. Enra menhia statement no ha. You the one summer banner you're putting it up on the screen. Mom here live on Facebook and I'm also meeting me a message, you know. And I said statement on the Bible, you know. Well, yeah, okay. The attention of Nhyira has been called to a heightened media warfare over the non-payment private Tanzania media warfare. Okay, whatever from Just answer. Alan Christie will be tries to be in the studio very soon. Media warfare no na hona may you know some you're breaking it down one by one. Said and some no is it here. The attention of the Nhyira Palace has been called to a heightened media warfare over the non-payment of Asante Kotoko Sporting Club, over the non-payment by Asante Kotoko Sporting Club of a debt of 180,000 owed to the Tunisian club Esperance as a result of the FIFA ruling in 2016 and a subsequent transfer of Asante Kotoko SC player to the same club in 2018. Considerable controversy has also been generated over the alleged failure of the club to meet the regulatory requirements of the Premier League licensing system for the 2019-2020 season. The Palace is deeply concerned by the acrimony and the undefined attacks upon individual officers, which can only have the effect of undermining the unity and integrity of the Asante Kotoko SC family and bringing the club into disrepute. Okay, Nhyira Palace calls for the immediate cessation of all media hostilities as it takes steps to deal with any issues confronting the club. Supporters and concerned patrons are assured that action is being taken to meet the obligations of the club, and there is no danger of Asante Kotoko Sporting Club being allowed to suffer any consequential penalties. The executive chairman of the club, Dr. Kwame, has submitted the report of his administration for the 3 years of his mandate. The report is being evaluated for the consideration of His Majesty Otufose to the second Asantehene, and an announcement will be made in due course on the future direction of the club. In the meantime, a committee has been appointed to investigate all circumstances surrounding Asante Kotoko Sporting Club's transactions with the Tunisian club Esperance, which resulted in the FIFA ruling and the subsequent transfer of Asante Kotoko SC player to the club. B. Investigate the failure of Asante Kotoko SC to meet its regulatory obligations for the Premier League license. The committee has been given 4 weeks to submit its report. Nhyira Palace appeals to all who profess to have Asante Kotoko at heart to put aside all their disagreements and unite behind the club. I know you're in summer and not Nhyira Palace at the Babontin and sending you on the top of boom say Nhyira Palace eto or who the echo sunina, some at some mukano, so much your room with the echo sunina. Said Red Media Muno into Quelco Sonyan to Waketwa. Nantokwedi nyina no ever Asante Kotoko $180,000 debt to be a da home in Tunisia Esperance from the same way the account nsema ka na I say 180,000 and one almost follow Kwambonsu and the transfer out the core sponsor. No man who sends some cocosono. So my Herman dominates is what a best sense and a best cool. And ya nonko, almost almost who say 2019-2020 Kodoko regulations, club licensing system no. I was a Kodoko a provided board this animal when you know Kodoko to be It's in some baby him and no matter committee. Na checks no committee the management champions of the committee members in the Babante. Also better pressure by bombs, so they want them to do their job. Saying that Yama committee in 4 weeks say omo report ni bibia emrabonte no yensema mentia ede babonte nra from the chief of staff's office and or this statement we and so about obi me mo akwa boko de ayala bibia boko
Yanko pardon chamo
okay ya be handsome ni mo ho ne no and then some does and some does but if I try to say kakaka asante go ko honano there's another statement and so by nra and it say meeting because between supporters leadership and management na obi meeting na community be was a chairman chi unza some ayoni we be just say I'm say the tension here between chairman chi ne chairman Damina. Oh, na say tension kakra bi uza say o me share di uza say o ya is American Russia for that for no o me obi am pani on say mbom ya na mfo obi e suru ni go ye suru ya o ha say we say na commission bi din come all right but uzo bi e team no me shall let no o say me shall tell see media warfare ya say ni video account Yanka ho. Me shall media warfare no muzi de. Super yanka. Super body. Me am just bobo de super bambo. We never say let you go on it. Go say the right card bobo na. E go bomo. Eti omo de one side, they go go free room so for one side. Some omo na president. O be say. Ya de rat ni babam. Na no say ka chairman tio but
kan papa mu de
ko wa naka bibi also muso bi muso na ku ne konka
create a better picture yes let ya mpanyimfo mi no assign Georgia Mwako Ra Christopher Damenya no assign Efe but anka senior
you got clearly him say Christopher Damenya no o ne Georgia Mwako ni asem problem no wo sro no ti imagine say come we na picture bi a Chris Damenya gina chairman gina eno anasem nyina atwa
I just hope say yes na chairman yo but whichever decision was taken, I better reflect here across.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Because in himself to that decision is rich number free when they don't come out. And I was a full room go by a rich meeting. And meeting and I was a full yabo. And I was a rich one in Krakow. So one chance I get meeting me there. I was young. I was a pretty guy. I was there meeting when I wouldn't have a 2 years ago. As one would discuss over 2 years ago. They say, Chairman, now we're over 2 years ago. Anyway. And also, but joint statement of the Management and National Cycles Council, the NCC, have met to discuss some key issues of mutual interest. The meeting discussed the NCC's proposal to help management with player acquisitions as the club takes steps to augment the squad this transfer window. Management agreed to the NCC's proposal to foot the recruitment charges of one player, so desired by coach Max Oknodu. Currently, the chairman of the club, Dr. Kwame Cheyi, has taken steps to pay off the debt owed aspirants of Tunis and FIFA. Okay. However, the NCC has assured management that it will help in the mobilization of funds to offset that cost later. Management and the NCC would embark on a massive supporters mobilization drive, which will include a scientific collection of data to determine the membership of the club. This will serve as the basis to mobilize funds from the support base to support the NCC's financial obligations to the club. Both sides share the view that the development of the club needs to be prioritized and also recognized. This cannot be possible with a divided front. The parties acknowledge the negative reportage going on in a section of the media about the club and urge all and sundry to remain calm and treat the rumors with the contempt that they deserve. Signed, Georgia Mwaku and Chris Damenya. Okay. I know yeah, and some are also about bunting regards to Asante Godogoti. And they're going to consum the doors. Going to consum the doors. Yeah, they sound 7 years back. Sounds from Majid Waris, you know. Politicians do not play football. Obuti.
Yeah.
I am sure don't duty.
Yeah, I'm in
So politicians do not play football. Move for Christian, man. What is affecting the Black Stars is the politics in the selection of players. Majid Waris. Nedi ono so diaba no. Na nsam no doso. Na nsam no edoso pa. Answer the voices mbaba me some titi mu say ya. Rofredo Sago Kupama. I just say double P for P. I say Shensi sign. Every oh, nothing has changed. See so far, oh, get there right. Oh, who be ya? Or something F no, and you're wrong, say F no car by on say on the stimulus package this animal. Rather than F no fat the food from qua. At this time, F no one we hear to a benima. Ababe so you go bruise come amode ne we dey buy mamo. Every near buying cassette, football equipment, balls, jerseys, no more imported ben nyina no. Abanye ne tax free mom. Ozo the we go to abenima e easy as ababe dan say ogopeska. Ene ye o say pa man sama o dey atujan no. And was also about the effect of COVID-19 hun sensem nyina ni nyina ensema ya bo ano ya de eba ejumadi so sanso na King Grant nso akasa wa cheche mu de ntia wan ko apply for the job of technical director Ghana Football Association no wa cheche no nso mu ene nsema hodo abo ano nyina no ya de eba na Sadiq Adams Sadiq wan sani ama Tachima 11 wonders yet is obe sani ama mo. You must have Sadiq so Tachima 11 wonders on your serious club. Chin one side. Tachima 11 wonders CEO so about Banjese Re. O Sadiq you suba so on your correct. Tini yan sign no. Sanse mo nyina no. Eso ya de ba e ojumadi so ne nsama hodo a ya bo no a de ba. Your call voices a hodo no so. Na yan chance every afia so no ne ye way down back to Kumasi. Nyamira Asante Godoko. And so and sense some no. Reverend Sago Kupama, I say nothing has changed.
The fact of the matter is that Maka Congress is something that can be someone there. Have we given corporate Ghana any reason why they should come and invest in Ghana football? Oh, you know. What is the answer? No. We are called Dr. Kofi Amwaho. NC one. No, Ninkomozima was or find it difficult raising money to sponsor various competitions at Yabanaga. Mesrowe. Because Kukukuni Jaya can be there. I ask myself, Abazina Ebe why a corporate Ghana Bakam Wamuska. No corporate institution lawyer Father Christmas. Schedule will make sure that Sikano will be fully utilized. When the league was about to start, we had a position, and the position was that it was too early for us to take off. On them there, we had just come out of normalization. It's about take your time. You engage various stakeholders. You repackage you as football people. Now you go to corporate Ghana with whatever programs of activities are you. Okay, say you activated the right you would have met corporate Ghana as one top chief executives. They don't like I say at the end of it all, they will have different impression of Ghana football, and as to why we need a certain portion of their funds as well, CSR to sponsor our clubs. Since year mediama were about 300,000 coming from votes. You're quite unfortunate, but to put it blunt, nothing has changed. In terms of market, we would have wished for more reforms to take place. But sure, if you Congress, I've forgotten the exact date. You're playing question I'm maybe somewhere in there after this Congress. Do we have any monumental reforms, even on paper? There, be changer. There was nothing to that effect. Nothing to that effect.
Nothing has changed.
Yes. And I'm there. That is, I run football. So, I'm one big secret in show. Say, now in changing Zama, so far as football is concerned. And football play, I want to discuss a bone. Will be give up. Take it from me. By the time now leg no postponing indefinitely, now a colleague of mine. No put in the open. Wakacha and the club no rotan. Go born to me you. Now say, uncle, oh, near born a bionic at a ball. And Mushu say, in me door another and pebola. In this Kedia, yes, I rather be champion. You scam and noise. But the share done when you are spending, I don't know. Now, what done my ball only necessary return of one. One of the clubs approached a very wealthy person. They are pedal boy and it was saying club man, if I couldn't tell him, also mean yet. On them there, who go for the place one way over boom. And as it is now, the player will lose fortune out of it. Obey your ball. Or your ball out to the stage there, not sassy or turn assassin. No, assassin should benefit. It's also conifia. Since you do me trap the master quanibium or cover baby fufu noko, because you must assassinate the machine. Go for one ejapaze, no, the couple matches. On your easy. And the question you ask yourself, for how long? Will this continue for a very long time? People will give up, they will give in. No face your grab. NTNFA Cup event. The minimum declare. You see me a larger section of the short as once here. It's in the minimum. Why would I take 1,000 Ghana cedis? Now my Kobo match. Of course, about 6,000 Ghana cedis. Does it make economic sense? We have a sponsor in NTN. Yeah, I'm 1,000. Number 1,000, we must spend by 6,000. Does it make sense to you? The fact is that you're part of the world, Ghana. On befit from then what happens in advanced countries. Echo Egypt, Echo South Africa, Echo all the North African teams, Echo Europe. What is happening is that or a corporate social responsibility. Sika corporate institutions, what the clubs on the ones in your world. But unfortunately, that macadam, but I'm being blunt. As a pain, what's in the pain?
Wow, we've got a second Palman, and in summer, or the two a sample from an open running a Kodoban Samoshushu, a chin commander, a ultimate sports show, no, so a B and no. Now, on the stimulus package, I'll say, if you go, asking for no, say, or you're surprised, no. About Majid in some.
I was surprised when the current executives, led by Mamiya Ketukeku, went to the government in times like this, critical moment like this. There, 1 million loan. You are surprised. We are very surprised. Surprised. Very much surprised. Why? On I'm there. I got today will be here. So, what's we away? Abana no papa. Oh, who's on here? As a guys, they go say, this is the time of Bombosia. Oh, I want you know. Bombosia Namufankaya, I'm in business. How would a person be able to do that? What stimulus package? You look at your environment, certain environmental factors are able to bro my business in Canada, what to do, Toti. Or Sika, that is one critical factor. As young as football people, we look at your operational costs, what we call the recurrent expenditure. You try a lot over gate process in terms of the VAT or 17.5. This is the time for us to present a position. There, going forward after COVID, we want that 17 and a half to be what? To be set aside. Now you operate for about 2-year period without this VAT, and you operate for about 5-year period without VAT of 17 and a half. One thing I win there, since I entered the Miskano, you will have that revenue from the gate forces. And you are challenged to generate more businesses in terms of gate forces. And see, say to me, a gate forces, you know, and that in 17 and a half, that money, you know, or enough for you to sustain yourself. Yako, you import in Zama from Amanome. Football is no bias because when football is Obama, with your duty. Justice is no bias because justice is bar with your duty. Boots with your duty. Host the strip by the ball with your duty. Until we can present a position to government say all these items on your duty free. Okay. Over a given period of time. The moment the cost of running football will go low. Cost of running football will go low. That is the stimulus. That is the friend and this is the way so that we could have met as a group. You meet as a group and present a position in terms of a policy document to the government, because that's the language the government ought to say, and the any authority also rights will be ought to say. We could have gone through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, present a position on that. They will also carry it to the GRA. No one's called Parliament. No one will the Committee for Sports and we share no one on how these things could be relaxed. The fact of the matter is that
okay, I know you have for Sako Kupama, then some of the children be I don't know key highlights living at your day urban come on the net door, so I'm sure say Yakwe maybe Yamia match na Ekwe ni Munano. But some of these interviews, I've had sound bites, and so, but then come Majid Waris. So, Majid Waris, a brand here, Osia kind Black Stars normally, or any opportunity, Osia kind. The Emma Black Stars. And when our council send me told you say partisan politics, MPP, NDC, and they affect Black Stars. I'm a Black Star crew at General. I call a problem. Majid Waris the view and your politics, so not general politics. The politics in the selection of players, no, and no, I have Black Stars.
Also making a comment, there's like political aspect affecting the Black Star, which is affecting the performance. And then I feel like it's not a political thing that is affecting the performance, because the politics doesn't play football. It's the players that perform on the field. So politics doesn't affect the performance, but with the national team, the politics affects the selection of the players. That's when it affects. And then with me, like they call me to the national team because I'm doing very well in Europe, not knowing anyone or not having anyone. I'm always the scapegoat that they can drop. They drop me for even like players who doesn't even play a whole season, and then with me who have played a full season, scoring a lot of goals, and then they still drop me. Are you going to tell me it's lucky or it's not lucky? So for me, I felt like this is not about lucky or anything, but I felt like the political aspect of selection of players is something that is affecting more of the Black Star. It's not about a lucky. It's not based on your performance. So this is something like we have to understand. It's based on tournaments, and then I think it affects more of the tournaments when it comes to tournaments, and then all that, because that's the biggest stage that everyone wants to be part, and then that's when the politics actually get in a lot. I wouldn't say like it got to me a lot. I felt like they should have just tell me, and then for example the recent one, the one they dropped me in the final minute, like no coach or no one like actually told me what was happening exactly. I got to hear it in the media. I've had like a fantastic season, and then you just wasted my holidays. Maybe I should have been somewhere for like holidays, you know. And then I wouldn't say like I was angry, but I just picked my bags. I didn't speak to anyone, and then I left. I went and I got myself in a different hotel, and then I have my own reason. For not for leaving, because I remember the first time they dropped me. I was told that Coach Maxwell or someone, to thank Abraham Graham for dropping me. Like, I didn't understand it. So I just have to leave because I didn't want to say anything that later.
Okay, I say drop on. I say uncle dance. Say ya drop no. I know I am sama Majid Waris the to ja. Okay, and na Kumasi Asante go state beni ba and na be in fact on certain platforms kadom so. Yeah, Dr. Chi management here Togu ebisi say. Na sansam no nyina no. Eno any obisa George Amako statement about bontin ho ensensem.
Whatever it is, whatever that has been instructed, we will keep to it. We will do it. We are law-abiding club. We will see to it. No problem. Media, yes, tone down on this. We are funding crisis in Kotoko. There's no crisis. Absolutely no crisis. Debia Mikon Kotoko ewura, and nobody, no single individual can take it. Say many Kotoko. No. That is all you wait for. So just please, let's have some peace.
I said, please, let's have some peace. I know. George Amako sama or the two jana and no meeting a course of the supporters. You bisa honsem.
A bit of peace in this club. There is no problem. There's no problem. What is the problem? Supporters are prepared to help with recruitment based on what recommendations the coach wants, and they are prepared to do it. Chairman has never objected to that. He has never objected to that. He only asks that we meet and work out the modality, and we have done that peacefully and naturally. There's no problem.
George Amako, CEO for Asante Kotoko. On issues of pay cuts, some cutting players pay by 40%, and also or addresses high issue also.
Pay cuts under review. Pay cut nobody can force it on the players. Players have contracts with the club, and all over the world it is based on negotiation. It is a process. You cannot have it one day. So be a Timisika. You need to negotiate and come to a compromise with the players, and that is exactly what we are doing currently. Nobody can blame anybody for anything. We are discussing, and we want to come to a compromise. There's nothing we can do, and we are working on it.
George Amako, CEO of Asante Kotoko, Ninsam Ebinonona, Asante Kotoko, Ashe, or so, Yan Intiasa Kotoko. It's almost contract with MTN Fidelity once and some no. And also, Coca, our agent manager, address it. MTN, I say, I must suspend your contract because there is no football. Fidelity, so they are in talks to renew our contract. Coca. Senator.
MTN's contract is renewed, and they renewed our contract. Fidelity, one company, almost sponsor Kotoko pay the contract number every year. Yes, so yet trauma almost say be here, say on better so normally doing. I know more share yet in common. Kaka, here, heading some beja to nobody in my.
I know Asante got a consensus, no. I don't know. Remember me that was no day. Almost same na so abigo de name me got the consensus. Me go hard to focus so. Hard to focus former coach Kim Grant. Now some kind of so Jumadia what they hard to focus di no. If I hard to focus team we go no be am pen any mare. Or so no man hard to focus say attractive again.
For me, look, I done my job. I was a director of football, and people forget about that. For me, I was doing two jobs, one behind the scenes and one on the training field. So for me, it's my past now. I wish the club all the best. I wish him success, and he's been given a job, and I wish him luck. For me, I don't have any animosity against or bad feelings for the club. I'm proud, and I believe I've done a fantastic job for the club. I put in new structures, and that's why the club is now a beacon in Ghana, because everybody wants to come and play for House of Book, because more or less I put a lot of good things myself with the new man, changed the whole dynamic of the club over a year or so. So for me, I know I've done a very, very good job at the club. I can walk away from the club proud, and whoever takes it on will hopefully carry on the good work I did. And but that's football, and I wish the club all the very best in the future.
I know Kim Grant in some no say Wabaya do my heart to folk party. But now Adena after winning no every technical director Jimmy Dubai man for apply or apply be.
For me, no. For job, this time I mean, Europe at this moment in time, I'm just trying to refresh myself and spend some quality time with my family. So at this moment in time, it's I'm just taking my time, and obviously the virus, the COVID-19, everything has halted football, so it's giving me more time to refresh myself and spend more time with my family.
Kim Grant says some no ever Kim Grant some nsiona yemra muso Bismarck goes to Empire yala make sure some free so na we are na obi tries so at the end of the aba Asante Kotoko Palma and some the Dawson William says maybe 12 minutes should be okay here.
Okay, chamo me that's it na me fa kunya we suna you might for for akwaba
na unim say enenso ni da yenwanu musami for share fasting ase no dodo na na no mo sha ase ene enenso ye chief imam national chief imam ene ne birthday ne no benya 101 special day pa.
Oh, okay. Me nipa bi a me ne ko poku are ne bad girl birthday you line brago mafo. And team, I'm in Falcon years and I'm wishing a happy birthday. And some of the doors which are more. Now, they are running to me my own card officer. And see, my main starting free E4P and send some little. Then P4P say, oh, who changes the hour every hot. And for him, it's still the same old thing, Nana Koso. And as we look at agents in Konya, we are attractive to the corporate some of for music that be shared on yadi. But none expectations after validation committee elections are here. The changes are not possible ever. In fact, for me, my young support after the appointment of Prosper Harris, I'm a the two that said the appointment of the general secretary to IS, conclude the hope and football fans work after enough exposure and football no the conclusion of the matter and say unless say to say on my baby to change things on the face of it did you be anywhere at the time. And the reason why I said this was that now me give it a normal not football fans, none of these three things are necessary. I talked about the governance system. Now, so was in the old FA and even when normalization committee for the buy after the evaluation of the FA, now almost a summary of the problem of the FA after Omaba inheriting almost the governance structure and after the corporate governance system of the FA. And we may be more. So, in their proposal as to build a new essay, Omoko recommended say, oh, you change the essay, you change the essay logo. Now you change the essay structure to the board CEO structure. No, now to me, the current members of the Ghana Football Association, you know, say that be Omon Jintum. And if you fail to change your logo, you fail to change your name, you fail to change your governance system. Then there is nothing you've changed. And they are going to remain the same in the eye as in the image. No, until Omwakasa Subai ever said the best. Now, apart from the governance system, no, we can say the head of the political decisions of the SA, so over the process from the vetting committee, any adina, me, through my own personal convictions, I can say, Omwana or my directors of the company Ghana Football Association, Not how they've been able to say or move additional duty to the association now. And Chameleon Semudia and none of the former directors, the current Congress, and so from the director's position to become the president of the association. Now, so at the end of the day, it was one of those same people and they had the opportunity to lead the political decision of the new SNO, and they also a normal officer. Then, and can you find it okay? Governance system officer, political destiny officer, with the business destiny officer, and then came for Harris. Makasa, he's a competent person. He has a lot to give the FA. But maybe I'm not a better especially the days as a discipline committee, a chairman, any I don't know. And the appointment didn't come so well with a lot of things and hope from the football fans. If you couldn't turn around the governance,
just why you know, why you know. See.
Good. If we couldn't turn around the governance system, a new political image in choosing your president of the now say your business head, no, which is the general secretary, and so was some old face there. At least in terms of the perception of the football world there. Then for me, in failing those three things, we fail to make sure that changes in drastic, but it doesn't mean that there is no hope at all. But the hope never said, and I know Obi Sakov now always make the argument say, oh, we couldn't have gone for entirely new faces and angels. We should give these old faces the opportunity to rewrite the wrongs. And sometimes people agree with that assertion, But if we have to give all those old faces, the opportunity to turn things around themselves there, then it wasn't going to be easy because the image is the same. And the corporate institutions, will just not turn around and say, we've embraced you guys. It will take a lot of work from these same old faces, to change things. And imagine things are kept mobile, they've not had enough time to breathe. Amidst the COVID-19, because as actual progress of the changes they wanted to bring at the FNO, yes, many times changes are the they are drastic, monumental, but who are you to blame except the same Congress throughout the process of electing the new faces of the FA and they went in for the same old faces and this was going to happen. Many Palmer, I hold an opposite view of the explanation and what he thinks about government support in this COVID-19 instance. And this is the summary of my points. Time degree. Now, according to Palmer, Ghana Football Association. Yes. Ghana Football Association members tax of 17.5 over the years. And this is the time to go and tell government say, oh, the COVID-19 the statutory tax 2.5 now is here inducing your facilities to playing games, and I have said this 1,000 times already. In governance, I just back for Abibia to tax and a substitute tax. But in this COVID-19, now we are buying announcement of stimulus packages now. Abibia sought to give industries stimulus packages because of their contribution to the consolidated fund through the tax normative. And the other way around, this is the time I wasn't going to to make the point say, oh, we've been paying statutory tax of 17.5 over the years into the consolidated fund. And now we have been hit. Now you get forces. You the tax now so not include in the stimulus package and not the other way around and talk about waivers. Yes, waivers are good. And it's something that is so statutory. And to make me on government and can feel like normal to over and but the bottom line and I've kept saying this. The Football Association, every position themselves very, very well. Now that assembly say but here with a smooth run in there. And they should embrace what we call corporate governance. Filing of taxes transparent. Allow a regulator from a bank to regulate sports, any football. So which me yes I know man na or chile no see this ankomo we are, it will be very, very easy for us to make our opinion on that. Now NCC management I think it's very, very good news. And Memakase, the bottom line of the political undertone and also when you win Kasa, when you win Tamunya, and it's the backbone of every club and the supporters. And it's the own per se, the politics, ever soil that relationship now to formalize the activities of how those two institutions, going forward. Now, more contributions or more work to the club, it's formalized. Then it will take the political undertones, from it. Now, say, okay, or more release no more buy now. After the third paragraph, and after the third case fallout, and they say, and come embark on membership drive, no come data. In that embarkment of data, no person they should take circles, any concept away from it. Because the medical can say, so we supporters generally, so we the numbers no more now. So what the circles air to almost it reduces the interest in supporting Kumasa Sante Kotoko. And this is something that is scientific because so we check Kotoko supporters more, not offer the numbers of circles members are a way short of the number of supporters of Kotoko for war. In embarking in collecting the data, so the way you building a business plan around that data, so security supporters group in marketing platform for them no. They should tell the circles and say, now use our circles and free our supporters mobilization in data so. Now be feeling free. So whether or your Kotokoni and answer or performer Kotoka, Obetinyaba without saying say, hey, am I going to be giving circles membership? Maybe the circles they improve, maybe the group in a committee, maybe a committee. Tell the way to be open for everybody to be interested in registering and collecting the data. So they are going for they could draw their business plan around it's very, very good step. And I think going for the original discussion of these matters. They are many are now again when he said journalism and so if it doesn't benefit the society. And no matter how Nhyira to release in a buyer or capture what has brought his attention on issues now or capture on the press release, I was happy Nhyira recognized it has come from the work of the media. Whether positive or negative, the media has done its job on this matter. And you discuss in Sayakofaba how we've always shared our opinions on this matters. It is very, very imperative to say, at least Nhyira recognizes no and action attention about to say on black film room no make into the media work is done. Whether it was done well or not, it is done. The also you think about Crotene, club dances and we've always mentioned say why any take and also leadership in all this crisis. And the direct intention is and Dr. Samichi as the executive chairman to ensure leadership. But the true leader of protocol and the owner of protocol is Nhyira, and I'm happy that for the first time there is an institution which is the owner of the club showing the leadership that everyone has been calling for during this crisis moment. The Otosumi sir, I am not protocol in some way. I am not for oh, that's a Nhyira power Sumeti and also Bentino the team nation in sir. That's also power management members sir. So I am not crisis liba say. Now and comedian people get emotional and because of more interest. Almost so fast I'm paying for ya. What does the appointing authority do to protect these people and no more image, no more a reputation kaka almost so and Munyama Utu for their show almost the bad man. And I think that for the first time, so when we do Nhyira statement now, Nhyira is calling for the protection of Nkofua or no. Everyone say what the Munyam Sasha almost on Messavo Kumasa Santo Kodoko. And Nhyira is warning everyone. So we should desist from insult. We should desist from personal attacks on the people that Nhyira points to. And when you are discussing issues on Kotoko, at least give some reference to the people who are serving. Attack the issues and stop the personal attacks to these people. Because the ultimate consequence is that if that becomes consistent, a style of discussing Kotoko issues there. And the best of me, people who are very, very competent to run Kotoko because of their excuse. Who did you make the Mamia? Of course, of course, in some member, but in some member, instead of the people discussing the issues and the merits of the issues, no, they end up insulting me and the personality now. Yes, and it will grow. Nobody will be attracted to come and run Kotoko because of the personal image and the tarnishing of that image now and Sana or the image. Now, Chamo, committee now mentioned so a power. I need the 4 weeks from the I think that at least there are some cardinal points here. Maybe when he will say these issues will review. For example, I know enough before discussing everywhere. They are quite confused why the letter that appointed Dr. Kwamiche said Mensah was going to appoint the board of directors upon the advice of Dr. Kwamiche. So how come Mensah now releases a statement and say they are going to investigate why protocol ain't meeting club licensing requirements and the bone of contention and the Kotoko new board members? If you've not appointed your board members, how do you then investigate this issue whilst you've not done so? And not to imagine this is the last time when we were discussing the issue, said, and for 4 June young cover, you are appointed Dr. Kwamiche. This is his 4th year. In the first 3 years now, or 7 years as executive chairman, and in the management, this issue about club license has always been there. Kotoko competition, the club license has always been stricter or with the ownership structure of the club. And Kotoko has been able to do it. Until the last time we did a program on this, we said to the whole world, say, the reason why Kotoko any problem was that they were running what you call a money board structure. And for all the evidence of it, the time over the champion, PJ, Lawyer Boafumu were appointed. No, on their appointment letter, they were being described by the club as director of communications, director of operations, director of legal affairs, respectively. And when they submit an document, club licensing board now, because these people appointment letters, extra also said they are directors of their portfolio. They could make a case. So if you are looking for directors of the company Kumasa Santi Kodokwa, their portfolios and the appointment of these people, though they are management members, they are being given directorship role into their directors who management members, and that's the management board structure. And Kodokwa used that in appreciating another satisfying club licensing board or regulations. Everything no problem. And we also hinted, said, the reason why at this time around, almost facing this problem, and say they have submitted their files to the club licensing, and this time around they went naming the K as executive board chairman and naming all other people who are working for Kotoko as management members. And not club licensing for whole points to ask Kotoko say, the executive board chairman, not our management members there. Then excuse me, who are your board members? And now the bone of Mensah's investigations on this matter will be why in the last 3 years Kotoko were able to think outside the box, even without appointment of board of directors as stipulated in the appointment letter of Dr. Kwamiche. Not after the normal exercise time there, they have to even be signed and be written letters, and Mensah will have to even come in and write a letter on their letterhead to the FA to ask for time because of COVID-19. So that will be the bone of the investigations now, Mensah. Then on the first matter of cross-any response, Mr. Faname from Asamunderi, the day after we interviewed Aka Okun.
1 minute, now wrap it up.
Yeah. In me making my submissions, I had a small banter with you on the handing over notes.
Yeah.
The reason why I was saying that was I was privy to some information. I'm not saying that it is an information I can authenticate, but I still maintain that at least according to a source I've heard, yes, there's a handing over note, but that particular issue was not captured.
I know say the entire house can be a members may entertaining, and I never saw so say, Maminchawade. Source be a catcher. Of course, you trust your source. The man who handed the notes to the other person has said that no woman. The man no case no woman famra. The man is not supposed to prove to you. The tells the source no the bakono no ya sabe me say me dia show bin sema. The only time I'll bring the thing out is when Obi comes out to say me function in some. Meaning what point that's here. And on record, it is on record that Pokunti says or the handing over Nema Dr. Chi and the thing was in it. He said it on radio. We are here for no BRT. So, source fine, you have your source there, but it becomes a bit difficult to hang on to that based on the fact that nobody ever kotoko kaya management and about a bit deny what Opokunti said because even through challenge said or the shedding some ekanipano jina baby ano mujina and it's hard in
Okay, so can I proceed?
Proceed. Wrap up.
Again, a necessity is in you preparing a questionnaire to Opokunti, you ask him about the handing over notes. Again, Emma Ubusan a question.
Tell me, who said, never say, so was a question. Yes. No protocol management number, no me aware.
Then you can
okay.
Answer. May I sure that the reason why you asked Opokunti that question was because of previous pronouncements by the general manager of Kotoko Nana Jemibikoka about the same issue. It is, I would say, what could trigger Opokunti to go forward and bring us evidence of the page that captured this matter. Not a management member will say the Opokunti can they have a contrary viewer. That has already been said. Ayala, what was asking me? But never say any of the code 1-1. Nana Jemibikoka has been on record saying, say, there was no foul, there was nothing on the clothing issue at the office. Did he not say that? The administrative manager of Asante Kotoko says that there's even a whole foul on that matter. So my point is that Nana Jemibikoka, someone who joined management after 2 years of the management being there. No business say maybe the chairman. Some the person is saying that maybe Dr. Chainsam. Dr. Change my point is that at this material moment, Coca Samno, Yentimi Yinasu based on the fact that Coca making certain pronouncements about this same matter that has turned out to be false. So about this issue, and making point. You know where I'm coming.
Okay, make your point.
But the last time even we had this discussion, I told you, say there is a difference between foul at the secretariat and handing over notes capturing a particular subject matter. It is two different issues. The foul was secretariat. It doesn't necessarily mean handing over notes will cut it in there. As much as you need to take up to take the information of protocol, it's this matter you must deal with it. So protect the protocol high court. Not a yesterday protocol say, oh, we do have a high court, and after no neighbor in here. Administratively, you quickly will have to visit the protect file at the pull all the papers you have and gather your evidence to file your defense. That is a normal process. But I'm saying, say, may I say, when she cracked in investigating this matter, and the one, Kotoko as a club, and the first time a car talk Kotoko Sumi. I didn't see that a car as what as 2015, not in 2020, and then a car in Chelsea, and a car in Yaba because of one administration to the another, who was sleeping on his job. And as another person making say, the day Menchia will start the investigation from will be whether the handover note captured the Prote matter or not. If it was captured, then you will ask Dr. Kwame Chase administration, so what our handover note? This issue was captured. And knowing there was 5% per annum interest on this debt. Woman, I cannot see 180,000 to 240,000. If it wasn't captured in Sosua, then the investigations will review and ask questions about the old administration, why they didn't capture such a sensitive matter. And to me, I'm not saying one side of whether it was captured or not. I'm saying the investigations, the track of the investigation will reveal take the job better on this subject. But did you capture it for the new administration to take action on it, or you didn't capture it? What was your reason for not capturing it? I mean, over Kasaba and this we have, and I think that every protocol supporter will be interested in that matter. That is someone just making on this matter, and may I assure you, for protocol supporters there, they will be waiting for the investigations to be done, and I'm expecting there will be monumental recommendations from the committee number over Tumano. and their recommendation will go far to solve a lot of the problems that protocol in terms of the structure. But for me, my expectations on the recommendation are the biggest one I'm expecting, and it's at least the committee should tell Nhyira, the sole shareholder of Master Asante Kotoko, say it is its responsibility to appoint board of directors and a responsibility to appoint board secretary and a responsibility to appoint the accountant at the secretariat and a responsibility to appoint auditors for the company Kotokono. Said the ultimate responsibility again looking at these issues and it said Nhyira should proceed and add appointing a permanent law firm Master Asante Kotoko to take care of all its matters.
All right, Ayala, thanks so much. Obi,
very well. Chairman, Togbe Afede the 14th, President of the National House of Chiefs, and the Agbo Mafia of the Sogli State. Yeah. I mean, great man.
And then the birthday.
Yeah, the birthday.
Wow. And then National Chief Imam.
In the date, 23rd. Yes. True Phobian, and wish Togbe Afede the best of luck. Ewa Brabum. Chairman, so Usiam Kakra, church document BMA, your literal meaning, purposive meaning, any mischief. Literal meaning, no, in somewhere nipa no a trocra constitution is there, shall, may. In church, literal, send it here. Purposive, no, yeah. Sans some never honor, ninchras, yes, say. So if the constitution say shall, it means compulsory. Say, Oka mischief no swa. Ebu am running complete. Inti ube to me the assembly ba. Na judges na shall say no. Hey, akwa no msa wa smart. Inti there's a vacuum and there's a vacuum. Inti yen shamra fufro neng mekele sa vacuum no. So inti ukwa judge no be hwe odi akwa we wa hwe mra ni mu an odi asem na to dey say. Inti we analyze any document from a high place. You need to place all of those criteria and those various interpretations to critical documents. I also apply to a lot of things. And Nhyira letter or Troy if not the best document I've seen in a very long while, at least in the last 10 or 15 or so years, as far as Kumasi Asante Kotoko are concerned. Now, the most instructive parts, Misusu said, was here Nhyira Ebaso. And he said, Nhyira Adrian and Nhyira the all can say Mamin kind of Kasem. Also, Nhyira calls for the immediate cessation of all media hostilities as it takes steps to deal with any issue confronting the club, supporters, and its concerned patrons. They are assured that action is being taken to meet the obligation of the club, and there is no danger of Asante Kotoko being allowed to suffer any consequential penalties. That's really assuring, and it's basically that. And Nhyira cover the most critical issues are raised in the last 1 month or so. And all I can say at this material moment about this Nhyira and the letter Nhyira signed by the Chief of Staff, and it's finally power has spoken, and we need to respect it. Nothing more, nothing less. Omo capable say omo betumi aye adwuma. Who adwenkyere bia obetumi akyere about the future running of the club, but going back to Osa Kowachi na we na di document fa ha na we di fa ha na we di koye no the Nhyira person ochire say yentwa so na obi anko nanim. And if we are practicing journalists, especially in Kumasi, are instructive. I was say o kan krata na o kan ye na who say Nhyira interest in the club no yes any refi the ekoso and our interest, and at the end of the day wa show bia say bibia betumi akoso. Now, minyo bia se me draw pimso animu a me nyansani enya dia metumi ato opimso efo. But ye nyina no ye hwe animu say we are looking at solutions. There are in critical situations enyoma mienu na apply an escape plan and a solution. And in the case of clotte situation, you know, the escape plan, because there are penalties, there are consequential penalties, no, and it's all bet you now when to me that means you don't fall and FIFA for at so that's an escape plan out of a trouble. What to me escape out of the trouble, sir? No per solutions no ya nyoma emma won sanko wachi emma won santosa and emma won mensa amnanim. So then you don't repeat an escape plan again. So solution here final and more of a cement and a concrete emma won sanko wachi biom inti kotoko etumi escape because okay NCC ni management letter na almost try say no cre doctor any management ayo madwe say kanu omo befa. So the escape plan is clear. Men shaswa assure say nya dia insunsanso bia wo bia no Kumasi Asante Kotoko betom sa assurance no ho. So we are looking at solutions so that Kotoko does not fall into this trouble again. If we are able to identify these two classes in terms of conflict resolution and our problem management, you bet me as a people. And I want to use, and of course, Madika Kasa who drop him so anymore, Unyansa Yinani Akwesa and Tati Anumuno, Uni Bakokra, Intinana, Wanimua. With all due respect, Buomuno. At this material moment, I think that we have to start suggesting a solution. And I want to make reference to the University of another Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Omo Council, no, the University Council, no, senior city. Oko KNUST, University Council, no, or 2 say to the second, and a chancellor of the University Council. University no our 4 sections. Our University Council only the board of directors. Your academic board. Most more of management team because it includes the dean, head of departments, and all of that. Now almost for example, pro vice chancellors, registrar, more of an emergency committee, and I find say the day-to-day running of because the chancellor is the CEO. So Kumasi Asante Kotoko Mimi Susu Obuomu Misusu say Kumasi Asante Kotoko, of course, so much knowledge about this sort of structure. See to me sake anyway because look, there's no bigger corporate institution bigger and a kubianwo and a company bianwa and what Ghana has switch and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Inti se ye to me share nioma ye dientia menhia krata no hia and say afei no na amanfo nsampa ekuo no ni wura wo wakasa na se ni wura kasa it means say bibia bekoso okuo ni bia no the ultimate solution is from the palace. Inti se menhia bia mu sei se wate committee and for every committee bia no mo recommendations. Inti so wa adwenkyere bia na this time no yenko ye chibio mu e ya adwenkyere nko a adwenkyere di mpuntuo beba because menhia kasa. Inti nana ebuomu no misusu so o check university for council na open so na nkasa ye chairman and ye chancellor na of course I'm sure so or Facebook live you me the university council na to the university council no down so members or 2472 the second Mr. Maxwell Esan Mensah representative for Grassac, Mr. Charles Eduba representative for SRC, Professor Charles Ofosumafo representative for UTAC, Mr. Charles Atta representative for TEU. Moving forward, Misusu sir Kumasi Asante Kotoko we say I so clear say kuonu here board. Na board no me Susu say I was say board members no representing certain institutions. Inti for example, you told some from me Obi Trice Bra Kumasi Asante Kotoko board so na me free baby neighbor. Inti ansa na be a member of the University Council, for example Professor Charles Ofosumafo Ofri UTAC for na yi no so me represent our board no so this is what I feel. So minister Kotoko akopa no obetumi ama board no 2 reps. Old Coaches Association, Malik Jaber, Razak, Hans Dieter Schmidt, CK Akono, David Duncan. Association. No, you 2 reps. Former chairman Herbert Mensah, Dr. KK Sapon, Bant Mahine, Amankwetia. Almost bet me almost group. No, may 1 rep. Niako KM Suno, because at the end of the day, Kotokwanu Kumasi. KM ebet me aye bibi ebet me abuama kuona konanim. Na KM so the rep aba. Na Mensia the palace itself. Ayi ahimfu ba mi ensa so aba. Na yakọ NCC. Mr. Damenyanin, Nana Kwame Dankwanom, eso the rep aba. Ni yakọ security services because na say munu swara. Ntokwane nyoma bebre akoso stadium no. Sanka Kumasi Asante Kotoko soja ni bi panyin bi ana top police officer bi ewo mu board ne so a they know how to put a lot of security measures in place. Ni akọ RFA Chairman Kotoro yes usum FA usum Ghana Football Association nanso wa Asante mem onimbo mu una aye football chief ewa Asante mem bra board ne so ni akọ RCC Baby are binding in penny for one regional minister. You will be for so chief finance officer for the regional coordinating council. Also, at any okay, they give them a term of 4 years. At any point in time, it is the institutions. It is Obi Aba, Obi Ofri, Obi Kakra in some young boy on the Nanam Kromwa. I just say a friend on Swababod Sudebi. Inti nipa ne mraso no san kwa ni company wa omhwom opanyin ofri ke me ya yede koto board issue no wan fam puntu obi ama ene ke mefo monhwe na monsesa no na monfo from ra so these institutions remain on the board. I don't know say Dr. Chebe to us because who can elect and I'll say there'll be recommendations. I just say free committee number. Then we have a board chairman. The board chairman will be onono or penswana nebe you know. So we'll head this our board way made up of these institutions. Now the board will meet. The board will meet and select a CEO. CEO no so no be for senior staff members, chief finance officer, chief director of football, no afufa fankrofo on beba board na say no what to interview on approval of the board of the board. Yeah. Now this CEO,
the corporate structure,
this CEO will present his budget. Oh, I say yeah koi kotokobe here be $100,000. Board in Berry say okay, then how do you finance the $100,000? Oh, Kotokoni has bebo boy benya say Kotokoni mediama bebo benya say no yeah the calculations 100,000 no kra no one share the sponsorship gate revenues come one here benya be 50 into board no me pamocha no pay 50 so board say oh yeah 50 benya 30 na care me rep no wako care me champacho mimi jina monem our board ne so send ya de na si aye no e wo say care me for mu yi kakraba coaches association so person bus stadium free. Na de bianu you complimentary card yiska kakrabra na board na yiska no so into for example say our old players and our old coaches our board ne so a kotokom pam players and our pam coaches because an son of pam coach no e was say ko board yeah enya nipa ba ko ti ni ba bi say hey me coach no me friend no wan fa inti me nipa oja me ncha friend say our fa inti coach no me da bi e was say me pam no Obe appointed coach Krana, I was a co board, and son of a signing player. No, I was a director of football. No, any CEO, no co board, name a coach. The entire player where was he signing? Chairman Makacho said, with all due respect, me say Obi Ejuma, but sir, you are not player now. Got 4 person confirm free Bechem United. No, aye, me who be menka. Sabo any be yeah justify wo Kumasi Asante Kotoko man fa no. People are taking the opportunity to create loot and share. Obey justify our Kotoko 3 or 4 months ago. Say Kotoko San could 30,000 Ghana cedis a year. For that same player, obey justify Kotoko Anfano. Sasem we could board anymore. Penny. Says he can't answer. I say, board of directors, Munkoji loan. Directors now bet me a Fidelity Bank. Pacho, you share Sikasemuno as directors, no, just say a beji loan. Na ye CEO no pe kwan bi odi betua into directors loan near the amount into be sorry nko board ne so kwa KMF wey you omo de asoja for the police for you omo de old players you omo de 4 years oye na djuma okọ ni ba bi no ni pa fufura san ba We are looking at solutions and in respectfully moving forward. Same way and sensible. Not just the board, but how the board is set up. You be a board member. For example, UTAG member, there's absolutely no way you'll be on the council of the university. This is a UTAG for you. It misbehavior.
It goes back to the moment to me.
What you also
there's also institutionalizing
the board members.
Yeah.
You be or no free neighbor. It came for a role. RCC will roll. Security service will roll.
I said okay, fantastic one. Say, the KMA boss will be a member of the council.
Absolutely. No, KMA boss. Okay, fine. Yes. I don't see a nice idea. Nice idea. KMA boss be a
member of the council.
No. So Kumasi has got to person board the Ruby or Muhian Yomabia. Now, because our boardness.
Yes. And the old players. One but two you'll be our representative.
Absolutely. It is a Koto player. Director of football no the data never.
Yes.
It's some we old footballers a winning ball muntino. Mon got 34 or 35 players in Meguo. And make us a pay cut. Coaches and someone move for coach no. Mon go for Brony Bianco Baby Preachy or Memra. I say coach because Obeko not Duncan ni siki akono monetio. Coach coach no oba no.
Well,
Chairman,
nice one.
We aim to me enquire him. So that's my situation because Sesiano Bibia to the ideas in Kwane was about moving forward.
Yeah.
Chairman, Majid Wari's case no. It's a run here discuss say.
What
kasu asem no kind didn't send be beba. Because it's not what patch no. Because he chewed or
bite more
than he can chew. Now go on patch out because what happened? Be friends say, oh, next time call up. No, you send your Syria national team. Do you know how you got into the national team? Because why should the assembly for look? I see my worry say Kano. My final take on this subject matter and say, look. The current crop of Black Star players, and was here a giant politicians. For what some worry say counter on one in your wakasu. Just a car or my neighbor, Nipa Kuma Mundisha national team, Nimino, Sana jokings no joki wa camp. They go there to joke. You're too fair player to me just one call up. In the next 2-3 days, no, you big contract to Europe. Yes, or Bobo Bio. You said that man a no politics na bia no. In that what we say, and son a coach crab you players amama ko si akan no. Politics kakra wo. And now me catch you say coach now mu kra na a politician. So this issue brings to the fore the politicization of our country and our football. I mean, the only solution is say, politicians when you have him. There's a way to find out who those political players are. After 2010, Cup of Nations, Angola, and South Africa 2010, your national team players need more number form. You need players, papa. Your politicians. Obiano pe na coach cry political cry same we cry chairman coach cry contractor now we chairman chairman we dey kakra bi ma me hwa me krata di mu kakra
time
now okay finally on this 40%
pay cut.
Yes, a pay cut. And now Felix Maxwell Ohini Brenya any kokashia omushai nipa 9 shai management decided some more about 30%. And Dijama Felix any team manager so ne boys ni bin kasa boys ni be 10% 5% yenji obiane na dwenkyere
na you can
yes obiane na dwenkyere anti enura nwumre and Felix san friend the team members ni biom catch up say Maxwell Kunadu send you the message say management a friend say 40 30 10 say 5-2 you come into there's no pay cut issue again.
Okay.
So the boys today as we speak are aware say pay cut issue.
Okay, thank you so much, Obi Trice. Your era of COVID-19, and the name say Adeba Kra also ye, and it's all being our hand sanitizer show. Okay, no ne bisim. In fact, they also enter hand sanitizer will be also in your BC fee. When you BC fee no. Obi wrong via another bianes or the biamana in him. After biamaka can feel. Sanso. Ena unya ba to kem unya ba kwesi office ubotom kwa no pocket one bination na hand sanitizers no medical catch say bi dia omo ton no e bi expired ones e bi so ho no ma enye kura che say alcohol content na alcohol level no form eno nti na say sanitizer bi sanitizer bi aba hand sanitizer bi aba e dey so bi yi no na needing at the Everclean sanitizer Everclean edinity Everclean sanitizer we a 70% alcohol in the womb into killing all germs viruses ni bi beka won se bia and also be Everclean bi Everclean aloe vera so wom enti Everclean nya dia eba be na be sell skin no enti aboa kra ye very smooth on your skin aboa yie pa enti wo de onsa e hyase no mia bia gu nsam na de fa fa onsa so de nyina nim se ye no fe your 100 ml 200 ml and a 500 ml na we onim say ukọ pharmacy shop na supermarket bia bia ukọ body also per Everclean sanitizer but Everclean sanitizer opa baby opa so tobi nso a ana so mo deliver bi ma wa and one is our friend number we 0244 365071 0244 365071 alive soap ya ro yensa alive soap ne de ro sanso na carbel our milk for 20 years now the issue carbel and one enzo tayechi sanso and a Franco Trading Enterprise almost tedimedi echi ne de bremo multi choice Ghana so maybe offices ni nyina entibetimi akọ na akwakutia eye obil no so elho
Bra, milk be buy a near friend of cowbell.
Your number one Akan radio station in Nhyira 104.5 FM at the most educative radio sports show at the Ebramo Efri Ejuada Ekosi Memeda na Ejuada Ekosi Fiada anope bia ebono nsia pausima aduana ekosi nonso a yato ne din Premier Sports sanso ene awia yetena se biem anopa nonkono ebo pausima aduana ekosi awia dumienu anoso yato ne din Power Sports na fe no miensa ekosi no 9 eno so yato ne din Playoff na ye de Memeda de no e de asomo so don hwere miensa ena Memeda bia yetena se free anopa no nkono ekosi awia dumienu dwumade ho chiame
nsam no de nyina na yabo no ayede eba e dwumade me de bright kan kambodu
kwabena open FA Obi Trice
happen under Jose, this can't happen under Carlo, this can't happen under Pep.
Bismarck also Bempa Ayala.
The motive of Ghana football and the bigger interest and say born here bebo
Christian Edu say
on the premise in also just the boss ko say that is on Kobe. Yes,
amana nsem no eba no Andy Casillas
Real Madrid against FC Barcelona
and then Najman Bomodia said the bia o message program way na the global show